What's going on, traders? So you guys hear me talk about fast track trading on stream all the time because people ask about them, why I'm not using them, etc. And in this video, which was done by Chunky Trade, I want to give him the props. So if you want to go ahead and subscribe to him, he's only got 4 subscribers, so you'd be doing him a good deed and getting his channel started. But he kind of went out of his way to make a video that I've been kind of trying to make, but with life just being so busy right now with the kids and just in general, I haven't really had the time. So I'm going to go ahead and react to the video that he made and just kind of give you guys the down low, I guess, on what's going on over in Fast Track Trading's Discord and just in general. So here we go.
It is a little bit sad, but on the other hand, it is kind of entertaining. The CEO, Scott, is quite a character. Some of it's good, some of it's bad. I'm going to recap it all here for you. So starting off, so the latest news from today is that there was an individual who bought a bunch of accounts and he did not get it within like 48 hours, so he did a charge back to his bank. And because he did that, Mercury, which is the payment client that Fast Track Trading uses, decided to freeze their funds, which had $3 million in it, and like would not let them like use their money. And I think for just maybe like 48 hours also. And Scott is like,
so keep that in mind. They had one person do a chargeback on their main account, and they froze the entire account with $3 million in it, which is the only account that they have that they're using for payouts. Just think about that. Is that a problem? I mean, just saying.
like really upset about that. So apparently, from what I heard from other people in Discord, this individual did something inappropriate, went to Scott's house, and I don't know what's true because I don't know who to believe, but some people say he went to Scott's house, threatened his family, did all these things, and Scott tried to make him happy, tried to give him $5,000 of Bitcoin, and the guy just was not able to be, made happy.
So this guy apparently, allegedly shows up at Scott's house. Now that's wrong. Don't do that, right? Showing up at someone's house for whatever reason is not right. However, then Scott just openly admits that he tried to send him 5K in Bitcoin to resolve the grievances. Like, what does that even mean? Was the payout for 5K? Was this 5K on top of what was going on? After, like, apparently, like, he charged back the transactions because he didn't even get the accounts. So Scott was trying to pay him off for, like, this wasn't even apparently a payout that he earned. Like, he's just giving him 5K. Like,
So anyway,
but then he goes on to say this person is the worst kind of scumbag on earth. Like, I understand, like, money's involved, etc. Showing up to someone's house is definitely not something you should do, but then trying to like pay him off and then call him the worst kind of scumbag on earth. This is the CEO, the guy that runs everything at Fast Track Trading. Just keep that in mind.
Now it's impacting other people's payments because now people can't get paid via Mercury for, I guess, 2 days. Now I think it's messed up to go so far as to harass somebody. I know money's involved, but if Scott is telling the truth, he did try to make it right. But I mean, that's on the one hand. On the other hand, I don't think it's right that Scott essentially doxed this person and gave out the guy's first name, cell phone number, and address. I don't think that's right.
That's the other thing. So not only did the guy make a poor decision in showing up at Scott's house, but then Scott's like, you know what, let's fight fire with fire. Let me pour some gasoline on it while I'm at it. Just straight up gives the guy's name, address, phone number, like everything like that. In what world is that right? Like,
But at all, you're the CEO, the guy who knows who this guy is, but I don't, and especially you have a bigger platform, you're punching down essentially. So again, I don't think it's right what Scott did. I can sympathize with it, but but still. Another thing too is, why is it taking 2 days to open up an account? If you go buy an account on Top Step or Apex, it shows up fast. Even a year ago on Top Step, it used to take half a day, but that was half a day for an XFA account. Now they're instant. I mean, come on, 48 hours after buying an account, there's too much manual work involved in batch trading, and that needs to be improved.
So real quick to touch on that, when I actually tried to get an account just to kind of test them out and be the test dummy for my community, I was going through the process, and you had to like, in order to pay with a credit card, you can't straight up from their website. So in order to do that, you have to go through Wise. So I tried setting up a Wise account, which Wise is fine. But it's just another process that you have to go through. And then you have to link your credit card to that or your bank account, etc. But even then, when you place the order with Fast Track Trading, you essentially place the order and then they expect you to pay. And it doesn't make any sense to me. They basically put you on the hook for paying for an account because you have to order the account before you pay. And then after you order the account, you then find out that you have to go through this crazy ass process to even pay for the account, whether it's wiring them funds or making this Wise account. And then with that, when you do wire them the funds or make this Wise account to pay, you have to include it was either the transaction number or the account number. I don't remember exactly which one, in order for them to manually then put the money into your account. Like there's too much manual stuff going on here, which I believe he gets to later in the video as well. But it's crazy. So that was my personal experience with them, and just with everything else, especially my decisions that I made were before this Scott guy even started acting the way that he was, just because of how everything was set up and knowing how Apex kind of went down this road and Apex had to make changes. So it's like one of those things I keep telling everyone: take advantage of fast track trading while you can, because it's not going to last. And I think we're starting to see that unravel now that they're all the scammers and schemers from Apex. They are now making their way over to fast track trading, and they're just going to start dwindling all the profits that they got up front from everyone buying these accounts, because now all these guys are going to have 20 accounts. They're all going to be taking big payouts, etc.
So this is a picture of Scott showing the balance for Mercury, $2.6 million in it. So, he's just showing everyone proof, like, hey, we actually have the funds to pay people out, but Mercury's just not letting us pay out people, essentially. And it's unfortunate because I know people who have been waiting for payouts since like August 5th and never got paid out. And I don't think it's right to blame this one user who did the chargeback on why you're doing delayed payouts, because fast track trading does have a problem with delayed payouts. Some other piece of drama: Apex's head of support, Cayenne, she is no longer with Apex, and she actually joined the fast track trading Discord a few days ago. And so it was quite drama. People were like criticizing her, saying you were the worst part of Apex, and you took money out of my kid's mouth. And eventually she just deleted all of her messages, and she just, I think she even got like banned.
If anyone was in the Apex Discord, you know all about this girl.
Okay, so I'm gonna shift gears a little bit, and I'm interested in fast track trading, but a lot of the drama does have me concerned, so I have not started this yet. I may do it in a few months, but
so yeah, just to go over this real quick, I mean, he's basically saying faster payouts, just Tradeify in general. The credit card support, he says he can live without, but I don't think that any prop firm can live without it. I feel like that's probably the easiest way for anyone to pay for these accounts. And I mean, it's how I pay for the accounts. Obviously I pay everything off at the end of the month on my credit cards. But it's a pain in the ass to have to go through all these other things. And then the approvals that equals payouts, I think that's what he ends up talking about here shortly.
If they prove to be able to pay me out. But who have not been paid in 1 month. And Scott says I'm going to address it, and then never does. So I have a theory that all the people not paid out is a Mercury issue, but fast track trading is not even investigating it. They don't respond to tickets, they don't respond to Discord messages. In fact, he gets mad when you talk to him in Discord about this. So the irony of fast track trading is due to the frustration with Apex, many people left Apex to trade with them. But sometimes payouts say they're approved, but they're not really approved. And they're marked as payment, but it's actually not paid. This I know somebody personally that had this issue. And the ironic thing is, a lot of people who criticize Apex so much, they are extending fast track trading a lot more grace, even though Apex paid them out, a lot initially until they, changed their rules and stuff like that. So yes, fast track trading has paid out people. That's not in dispute. But there are people that, through no fault of their own, they are requesting payouts and they can't seem to get hold of anybody to help them.
Love the kids in the background.
Just saying, oh, just be patient, be patient. I think a month is patient enough. So here is an example of something that the CEO did that was good. So this person said, you paid for my kid's daycare, and Scott did the best response that he could. This is like PR gold. He said, I didn't do anything. You did it. You traded. I maybe just provide the platform for you to change your life, but it was you.
Which is what he should be doing.
I want to see more of that. But instead, we get a lot of like him telling traders who are innocently asking for some update on their payout.
So funny story in my Discord. So on my phone, I get these messages from when Scott posts. I didn't set that up. I just joined their Discord at one point and it automatically sends them to me. I just never turn them off. Every time he posts, I see it, and I keep seeing stuff like this, and I always post it in my Discord. You can go back and check. Like it's pretty hilarious watching him talk to the people in his Discord.
Oh, you're effing pissing me off. Payments are coming, and then they don't come. Not everybody has gotten paid, and I think that's the number one thing a prop firm needs to do is take care of people's payouts. Here's another example. Hey Scott, I'm reaching out to you because you're the only one that approves payments, and he says I thought I banned you. And then somebody else messages. He says, don't f with me today. Like people are trying to be nice to him about it, and he just gets set off, which is what is completely inappropriate. Like customer service number one, payouts number one. You got to treat your customers well. And so he said, I thought I banned you. The guy's kind of joking, said, no, unfortunately for me. And Scott says, bless my balls and you're gone. I mean, come on. I think asking about payouts is totally legitimate. I don't like how Apex and Fast Track say, like their support team say, oh, I can't help you with payouts. It's like, that's the main thing people need help with. Why don't you have a support department that helps people with payout questions? Interestingly, a few weeks ago, Scott, he said, would you like to be willing to pay like $200 a month in support to like have a VIP support line? A lot of people were upset about it. Honestly, I think Scott should just go ahead and offer it because it's worth it. I mean, and that's pretty standard. I think Scott, I looked at his LinkedIn. He came from the IT industry. I think that it's worth it. That's basically what every IT company does. You pay for higher tier support. And I think it's okay. Next thing, he told this guy you're on thin ice, and he told everybody respect our platform and don't be whiny, effing baby. I mean, come on, like is that really how you want to talk to your customers? I mean, these were red flags to me, so I'm still waiting to try out this company. So this is another individual. He asked, oh, good morning, can you look at this? And surprisingly, Scott was friendly to him. He said, oh, I want to catch up on these, and I'm gonna go. You're on my list. I'm gonna catch up. And this was August 20th, but this is also 15 days later. He still has not paid this guy out yet.
And so I haven't personally heard any issues with people not getting paid out from Fast Track trading. All the people in my community that have been using Fast Track and got the payout, they've been getting their payouts. But I have throughout YouTube and Twitter and stuff, I've been seeing this exact thing where people are asking for their payouts to get checked on and they just essentially go unchecked. So it is happening. And it starts to make you wonder, like, what kind of rabbit hole are they going down once they get so far behind? Because if they don't check this one and they don't get caught up on this one, how long is it going to go until this one gets checked, and then which then puts more recent ones on the back burner, etc. So, and then you have these issues with someone doing a chargeback, which then literally for 48 hours just completely freezes their main account that's doing all the payouts. So I know that he is probably looking at future proofing a little bit, as far as maybe opening up another bank account so that this doesn't happen. Keep half the money in one, half the money in the other, or maybe even do 3 bank accounts. Like, that should have been a priority to begin with. But obviously you can tell by the way he talks that he doesn't really think ahead too much.
Definitely, and this is from August 7th and August 16th, the payment completed. This was a month ago, almost a month ago, and 2 weeks ago, the payment completed, but this person did not get their payout. Anyway, thank you for watching. These are some of the red flags.
So yeah, thanks to Chunky Trade for putting that video together. Like I said, I've been seeing these things and I've been posting them solo over in my Discord, and I've just been kind of keeping tabs on fast track trading and just kind of waiting for it to happen. And if you don't know what it is, I basically talk about it whenever somebody asks me about fast track trading in my live stream. And it's going to continue to be that way. Right now, they have one rule, apparently, the 20% rule, the consistency rule, and that's going to change. It's just a matter of when it changes. They're going to probably try to go as long as they can without doing it, but that bank account that he showed, supposedly it had 3 mil in it. It doesn't have 3 mil in it anymore. And they're starting to do some really big payouts, and they're behind on payouts. I see him in the Discord all the time saying, I'm trying to catch up. I'm trying to catch up. And next thing you know, it's $1 million payout and then 600K. And this is daily. So you're telling me that they're bringing in enough money to be paying out 1,600K every day? Like, it's just not, no way. And it's only going to get worse, and they're going to have to change something if they want to stay alive. And that might be happening relatively quickly. So we'll see what happens. And I don't typically make videos like this where I'm kind of talking bad about something, but we all saw what happened with Apex, and they did the exact same thing. They brought everyone on board with like no rules, essentially, even though the rules were already there. They just didn't enforce them. And then when it came time to start cracking down, because they weren't going to be able to pay out everybody, they made the changes. So it looks like that's what's coming with Fast Track, and I guess we're just kind of along for the ride now, and we'll see what happens. So hopefully if you are with them and you get the payout, you get your payout. That's all I can say. And I'll see you guys in the next one, or on the live streams if you want to come join in. Peace.